here with Scrap and Abby, and I have a fun, really quick, easy DIY project for all of you. So my daughter's birthday is tomorrow, so I won't be able to share this with you until after her birthday, of course. Her birthday's on the 17th. She'll be 17 on the 17th. I can't believe my baby girl is going to be 17. Anyway, so I went to the Dollar Tree and picked up a few party items, and then I saw these white party items and I wanted to transform them into the color palette my daughter likes. Now, these hanging decorations that you can get at the Dollar Tree, obviously different colors you can choose from, and I grabbed one that's kind of this pinky color because I kind of have that kind of thrown in the mix. She really likes the teals and the corals and a little bit of pink. So I grabbed a couple packs that are just white, and I wanted to play around with these and use some different sprays on them. And then I wanted to take some of this decorative shred and spray some of that, her colors as well, just to kind of make it pop off the white tablecloth a little bit better. So what I'm going to be using a combination of, this is some aqua spray. This is from Marion Smith's Color Lab. And then this is a Heidi Swapp color. This is really beautiful. It's got a really nice shimmery teal color. You can see that there. And then this is the closest I have to a coral. I had another one, but I used it all up in the projects I was making for her room makeover. But this I think will be close enough. This is Apricot Nectar, and this is a chalkboard glimmer mist, but I'm just going to use a little bit to see if I like it. If not, I'll just stick with the teals. So I'll be back. I'm going to do this on camera so you can see what it looks like. I just need to get my protective mats and everything down on my craft table, and we'll get started. Okay ladies, I'm back, and I now have my craft table pretty well covered. I have just a large plastic bag from Tuesday morning cut in half against my keyboard and all of my other little things that I keep on my desk all the time. I have one of my two brown craft mats on the base of my table right on top. I'm working on a piece of cardboard that I saved from a box, because when I get done spraying these little white paper shreds, I want to be able to pick this up and take it to the other room so I can work on the other items. And then this is my well used and loved craft mat on top. I have some scrap papers just on the side just to catch any overspray, and I typically don't wear disposable gloves when I'm crafting because I don't mind that my fingers get inky, but because I don't want to give away to my daughter that I've been working on projects for her by having teal colored hands. So I have a plastic glove or disposable glove just for that purpose. And as I shared with you, I already pulled together my different sprays are sitting right here. So I'm going to go ahead and just get started. I'm just going to go ahead and put the one glove on, and I'm just going to do like little batches, I think, and then I'm going to take my heat tool to kind of quick dry it if I feel like it's not drying fast enough for me to get put back into a bag and in my craft room before my daughter gets home from school. So I'm just going to put a little bit out here first to kind of see how it's going to take the sprays. I've never done the sprays on this, but it is paper, so I can't imagine it being much different than you know, working with other paper mediums. Now I'm not going for the effect to soak all of these where no white is showing. I'm not going to do that. I don't care about that. I just want to give these some color so they kind of match the decor. So I'm just going to go ahead and start with my, let me zoom in just a little bit so you can see a little better. I'm going to go ahead and come in with my aqua from Marion Smith's Color Lab. This is such a pretty teal color. I love it. And we'll just go ahead and kind of spritz. I do have my ceiling fan on too, so I'm trying to stay really close to the paper. I'm just going to kind of spritz it on there. It's looking pretty cute. So I'm going to have a couple different tones of this color versus the one from Heidi Swapp, the Color Shine. Just kind of mix these around here, just like I'm mixing together a salad or something. That's kind of what it feels like when you're doing it. It's kind of funny. And just kind of squish around that paper so I can pick all the excess spray that's underneath. And we'll go again. I'm doing a little, I was doing it real generously at first because I wanted to, like I said, I wanted to see how the paper would react to this spray, and it's taking it just like regular paper, so it's not a big deal. Alright, and you can see it's kind of starting to take shape. It's starting to turn a really pretty teal aqua color. I like that. So I'm going to let this little bit dry, and then actually I'm going to push it to the side, and then I'll work on the darker teal. Kind of push it over there, and I don't mind that the white's going to get onto this other aqua. It doesn't matter. So we'll just put a little bit more out, and then kind of get that spread apart here. Now we'll take the Heidi Swapp Color Shine. I really like this color. It's so pretty. I was able to get it in the purple too, so I'm really happy about that. And this is a really nice glimmery, shimmery, turquoisey teal. So let's do that. And you'll be able to tell pretty much as soon as I spray it, I think, because this really saturates the paper in a lot. You can see the difference. One squirt and it's already darker than the 2 or 3 squirts of the aqua. It's just the concentration is different. So this is so pretty. I like it a lot. And I'm just going to kind of do this business with it. And if you're not really wanting to use your name brand sprays, because you know these things can be pricey, of course, I typically buy them when they're on sale unless it's a new color that I just have to have. You can always make your own glimmer mists and whatnot. I've never done that because I've always just purchased them, but there are a ton of videos on YouTube that you can watch to show you how you can make your own glimmer and shimmer mist. So just to throw that out there. But I feel like I don't feel like I'm wasting this because it's for my daughter. You know, she's everything to me. She and my son, they're so important, as all of our children are to us mamas. So, and I know at some of the other party stores, like the bigger party shops and stuff, you know, you can buy this stuff already colored, but, you know, I'm all about trying to DIY as much as I can, especially when I have a lot of the materials to do so. This is so pretty. I love how this is looking. This is almost becoming kind of like a soft mint green, lighter aqua, and this is really becoming a really nice bright teal in the tones and hues that she likes. And it's, to be honest with you, it's really drying fairly quickly. I mean, it doesn't feel like it's so saturated. I need to really take my heat tool to it. I probably will, just because it's getting close to when my daughter's going to be home from school. But yeah, this is so pretty. And see how you can still see with the pops of white? That's what I was going for. I didn't want them to be completely saturated, although there are certain pieces that are more saturated than others, like this here. But I think it's really cool looking. You know, it kind of just adds like a little peak of, you know, a different kind of a look to it. So I'm going to go ahead and let these get dried so I can have this surface to work on these, the hanging decorations, because I'm going to try to do these in a couple different colors of teal and the coral as well. And then I'll also do some coral, some of this. Well, they're calling this apricot nectar, but like I said, it's the closest to coral I really have. And I will also use a little bit of that on some of this shred as well to see if I like it, because I may not like the way it looks. But this is so cool, you guys. I love this. This is a really fun, inexpensive way that you can DIY, you know, and kind of have your own custom colors for different parties and get-togethers and things that you're going to have. So I just think it's really fun when you can do these kind of things yourself if you like to craft and you have the materials. It's just fun. So I'm going to go ahead and let these dry, and I'll be back once I move on to the next part of the project. See you in just a little bit. Okay, ladies, I'm back, and I've already poofed up my little pom-pom one strand of my garland. This was really a really cute idea Dollar Tree had. These are so fun. I'm really surprised that I haven't purchased these before. Now there's a couple that are a little bit smaller because I kind of did a little fupa, and if you watch my quick tips with Ab, my latest video, you will see why that happened. So but I will be sure to link that video and put a card in here depending on which one goes up first. So I just kind of got the ribbon pulled over to one side more than I should have. That's why they're a little bit wonky, but they'll still work. I don't care. So I cleaned up my mat from doing the paper shreds, and I wanted to share with you, if you wipe it up with a napkin, a paper towel, if you use a baby wipe, which is what this one is, I think what I like to do is I like to keep these because I use these in other projects like junk journals, on a canvas as added texture, things like that. And I think it's just really a cool way to repurpose, you know, your different sprays and mists and stuff. You can also take a book and smash it onto the mat and get it off that way or whatever. Just if you don't like to do that, you can toss it. It's your choice. I just like to reuse my things like this in other projects. So let me get my glove back on. And I'm really brave today, ladies, because I have a white tank top on, and I'm sitting here spraying and spritzing all this teal stuff. Now, there's not going to be any way for me to really protect the white satin. I could probably go around this and put like some tape or some kind of protective paper or something, but I don't care. I don't want to mess with that. So I'm just going to kind of do the spritzing as it is, and then if it gets on there, it gets on there. There's nothing I can do about it. So I'm going to go ahead and use this Heidi Swap one because I really like how deep of a teal it is, and I just love that little shimmery stuff in there too. So I'm going to take it, and then we're just going to go ahead and spray it. I need my other glove, because I'm going to be holding this one with my hand. So give me just a sec, ladies. Sorry about that. But look at my glove from the first time. Look how, I think that looks cool to me because it has some already added color and stuff on it. But I'm not going to go so far and be crazy and keep my gloves. I'm not going to do that. So let me get this back on. I was a nurse at an OBGYN clinic back in Oregon for probably, I think it was like 7 years. My daughter was in kindergarten when I, going into kindergarten when I stopped. And I quit doing that because of, I didn't get to see my kids as much and go to all the different school functions and everything. So I was a single mom at the time, and I just was spread really thin. The reason I'm telling you this is because it reminds me of always trying to put on the different gloves we would need for different exams and, you know, just all that kind of stuff, drawing blood and all that. And it was always so hard for me to get these things on my hands. So it just reminded me of that. So let's get back to the project at hand. Abby, enough of memory lane. I'm just going to take this and I'm just going to kind of start spritzing. And I'll kind of push these out of the way. If you wanted to do like maybe every other one, you could take like a towel or something. Oops, sorry, my camera started to move on me. You could take like a towel or a plastic bag or something to protect these. I'm just taking a washcloth I use in my craft room just to kind of protect those in case I do want to do maybe every other. But if you wanted to, that's something you could do to protect it. So I'm going to kind of just spritz it like this. And we'll see how this is going to work. I mean, I think it's going to turn out fine because it's paper and it's, you know, we're just spraying it. So, and I don't think I want to saturate it to where you don't see any white. One, I don't really want to waste my sprays on, you know, something that's going to be pretty much disposable, unless she wants to hang in her room, which she can. But this is what it looks like. I think that is so cute. I like it. So I think what I'll do is start with every other at first, and then I'll come back on camera and let you ladies look at it, and I'll decide at that time if I want to do it solid teal or every other one as a teal. And I'm going to do the same thing with the other pom-pom that's white. I was going to leave it white, but I think I'll use this spray on it too. So I will see you ladies in just a little bit. And my camera won't turn off because I've got gloves on. Oh goodness, let me take my glove off again. Really high tech here, ladies. Thanks, and see you in just a little bit. Okay, ladies, I'm back, and I think this looks pretty cute. So I did every other, as I said I was going to do, to see how I liked it, and I think it looks pretty cute with every other, to be honest with you. It kind of breaks up the teal a little bit, and you have little pops of white. So I think I'm going to keep it with every other, and these dry pretty quickly. I mean, I'm going to reshape and kind of fluff these ones out that I made a mistake on, but when I was peeling the layers back, but you can see that really pretty shimmery teal. It's so pretty. I love that spray from Heidi Spot. So I'm going to leave this one like it is. Now I'm going to go ahead and work on the last pack of white, and I'm going to be using the chalkboard paint or spray, excuse me, in the apricot nectar from Tattered Angels. So I'll be back once I get these all puffed up. They take a little bit of time. I might come back actually and share with you really quickly way I found to get these kind of fanned out a little bit faster and not rip and tear them like this girl was doing. So I'll be back in just a little bit. Okay, ladies, I'm back. So this is the last pack of that pom-pom. I keep wanting to call it pom-pom trim, but it's tissue pom-pom garland according to the Dollar Tree package, and it comes like all together like this, and you just untie this little satin bow they have, which is all the trim. So everything is already connected to each little tissue paper section. And if you watch my quick tips with Abby, my most recent one, you're going to see how I have a little trick I use for the ribbon on each of those tissue papers. But I wanted to share with you a way that I found to open these up a little bit faster and not tear your tissue, because I started doing that the first time. Not because I was ripping through it really fast, it was just the way it was packed together. It was, you couldn't help but get a few tears. So this is what one pom-pom looks like, and then you fan it out like this. So you have this side, or this end of it I suppose, and then this end here. Now there's no right or wrong way to do this. You can open it like this and start to do it. You can fan those out and start this way to do it. It's whatever. I've done it both ways. I didn't see any difference. So I'm just going to share with you really quickly, and this is for people who have never used these before, or maybe have used them and you've had some trouble with opening them without them tearing. That's why I wanted to share this little part of the video with you. I'm not trying to imply people don't know how to take apart a piece of tissue paper. That's not what I mean. So anyway, so I kind of just found that if I fan it out like this and I get one of the middle pieces, we'll just do this side since it's kind of puffing up on me, and I just grabbed one of the top pieces and I put my fingers back down kind of in the, you know, the different folds of the fan, and what it does is it applies some pressure and it stays down flat. It doesn't want to come up, and then I can just gently kind of tug up on this, and then I'm going to be able to go to the next one. So you can start on either side, whichever you prefer. We'll go ahead and do it on this side so I can show you again. So I just kind of get it lifted up a little bit like that, and then I place it back down on my mat, and I stick my fingers kind of in each little slot that I can, and then I just kind of gently pull up, and it comes up a lot easier than when I was just holding it up in the air and trying to do it. And that's probably common sense, but I didn't catch on to that. So just wanted to share that little clip with you. So I'll be back now when I'm ready to use this apricot nectar spray paint, or excuse me, glimmer mist. So I'll be with you ladies in just a couple of minutes, and we'll get started. Okay, as you can see, I have the last pom-pom garland all put together. Some of them are a little bit wonky, no matter how much you futz with it. It just never, it doesn't, I don't know. I don't know if it's because it was put together really quickly, or maybe not the best, you know, tissue paper because it's Dollar Tree. I don't know. But some of them, just, I tried to. See, I have a flat spot there. I've been trying to grab it and kind of bringing it over. You could also take like, you know, a couple glue dots or a little bit of, you know, tape or something like that, adhesive, you know, double-sided tape, and you could do that if you wanted to. This one doesn't bother me as much. I'm not going to worry about it too much. If I was making this to go in my craft room, so as an example, I would really want it to be a little bit more perfect. This, you know, this is going to be just a disposable, pretty much disposable birthday party decor, so I'm not too worried about just these few odds and end pieces. But you know, my daughter might want to keep these and maybe swag them around her room or something like that. So anyway, so you can make it look fairly decent. So I'm going to go ahead and spray every other. So I'm going to go ahead and move the ones that are teal, and here are they. Look really super cute. Put those down the floor, and then I'm going to get my gloves back on because I don't want it to look like I've been in here playing with inks and shimmer sprays and whatnot. We will get to spray painting. I keep wanting to say spray painting. We'll get to painting these little puppies. So I will go ahead and do all of them on camera with you, and then you can either let them air dry or you can use your heat tool. It depends on if you're wanting to be dry like immediately, or if you have a little bit of time, let them kind of air dry. And it doesn't even take that long because I tested both ways. So let's go ahead and get those sprays out of the way, get this one shook up, and then I do have my area is still covered and protected with my different mats and the plastic bag and all that. Just kind of making sure I kind of push things around as I was working, so let me get it more situated. I'm going to put this over here because I got a little peek of my table wanting to show through. Alright, so I have my washcloth or whatever. I'm using a washcloth. You can use whatever barrier you want. You know, a paper towel, a rag, whatever. Because I need to cover the back ones because I'm only going to do these every other. So that's just going to protect them from any overspray. So let's get this shook up really well. And we'll go ahead and start spraying. Now, like I said, I'm not trying to saturate this all over to where there's no white showing at all. You could if you wanted to. I don't want to because I like the idea of some of the white peeking through. Plus it saves on my product as well, so just kind of get a few more of those little white spots over there, and then you have it like that. And I think that's really super cute. This is pretty easy to accomplish. Oopsie, you get back over there. I didn't mean to take that out yet. I was gonna just try this really quickly with my heat tool just to show you how quickly. Now I got some of the satin trim a little. It got some spray on it, but I don't care about that because I'm not trying to be super careful. Now, if you were doing these like for a wedding or, you know, a baby shower, you know, something like that, when you probably really want to take a little bit more time to make sure those kind of decorations are, you know, spot on, you would probably want to protect it, or, you know, maybe even if you made these on your own, which would be really easy to do, just not put the string on until you're done with any spraying or inking that you might want to do. So. And I went a little heavy-handed on this one side, so it's not quite dry yet, but it's getting there. So what I'm going to do, normally I wouldn't clean up my work surface until I was done, but since I don't want to have the white ones touching this, I mean, I'm going to see if I can just maneuver it out of the way enough, and then, yeah, there we go. Perfect. And we'll kind of put that over top there to protect it, and we'll just go ahead and spray this next one. So that's all I'm going to be doing is just repeating this process. putting my different sprays on. I just think this is really cute. I just think it's just a fun way to really dress up and decorate. You want to be careful you don't want to oversaturate it because this is pretty thin tissue paper, so be cautious of that as well. Just kind of picking it up there off my mat. And yeah, this is like one of those mindless crafting projects to me, and I'll re-puff this up again. I'll futz with it once it's dry. I know it kind of got smashed a little bit, but like fussy cutting, things like that, I enjoy doing that when I'm, you know, having a lot of pain. It's something I can kind of focus and get my brain on instead of trying to not think about the pain. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And like this piece here, you see it tearing off right there. It's because I oversaturated it, so just be careful of that. And but doing this kind of stuff, when I sat here and I was pulling apart the different layers of tissue paper, I was just zoned out, listening to some crafty videos on YouTube, and just kind of, you know, trucking along. So I like these kind of projects. And then, let's see, you probably don't want to sit here and watch me do the last couple, so I'll go ahead and stop the video for now, and then I'll come back once I have them all puffed out again and everything's done, and share with you all of the different items that I sprayed with my different shimmer mists and stuff in this whole video. So I'll see you in just a little bit. And here you have it. This is a really fun, inexpensive way to dress up your Dollar Tree items, to customize them for whatever theme or color, you know, pattern or whatever that you have for your party or your special occasion. So this was a lot of fun using this really very few supplies, just a couple different sprays, and you know, just your, you know, my craft mat and things like that, but just a few different ways you can dress these kind of Dollar Tree items up to make them really custom for you. So this is awesome. Now I started to put out all of the paper shred, but my ceiling fan's going. It was like snowing in here, so I'm trying to huddle and protect these little piles right here, but there's clearly more than this. You saw me do more than that. So this is the darker teal, this is with the Heidi Swap, this is with the Marion Smith Color Lab, and this is with Tattered Angels. Now I did put some sneak peeks up on my Instagram, Scrap and Abby, so be sure you go over to Instagram and follow me there so you can get sneak peeks and little peek ahead videos when I'm working on projects before they show up on my YouTube channel. So if you have any questions on any of the techniques and different sprays that I did for these, or if you'd like to see more tutorials like this, you know, comment below and let me know. I'd also like to know if you've also dressed up your Dollar Tree items like this for your own different parties and get-togethers. I'd love to hear how you do it as well. So thanks so much for watching, everybody. Happy scrapping, happy planning, and happy crafting, and I'll see you next time. Bye!